Oh, 15 minutes starting to trend down. Of course it is. Where are we going? All right, let's get back to this. So we open up the day today. One thing, I mean, we had this charge right here, but this a test of the weekly range? Man, no. I mean, are they just going to dump this thing out without even attempting to test this weekly, which is a massive range, by the way. Massive weekly range. What was it for? 20. Oh my God. Hold on there. Let's see. The new weekly, that's why we're probably going to range a lot, but it's going to be a big range. There's a 12.2% weekly range. Top side's at almost 27. But the bottom of the range at about a little under 24 has not been tested. You had a nice run at it here, but obviously the one SD to the top side today just and look how tight those one SDs were too, man. I noticed that immediately. I was like, oh, we're gonna range in these babies, I bet. Think, think. Of course we did. Went to the downside, actually kicked it up off of the 4 hour. Was that the let me get this right? Yeah, yeah. Man, that first 4 hour candle, and we had that dump at the beginning of the day today, that literally ran down to the fourth standard deviation in the 99.7 Laplace on that first 4 hour candle. Got a nice, of course, got a nice bounce off of it and ran right to the one SD to the top side. Pretty powerful move. Pretty powerful move. I don't even have to look at the other charts. Very tradable. Very tradable. 3 trades probably to be exact. Because obviously you're gonna take your profit right here, right? I'm gonna take my profit right there. When this, we all know when we got the new day yesterday, that was an intense. I would not have taken profit right here. Because that move was chugging. I'm down here taking profit at the one SD. And that's where I would have to look at the charts, but I guarantee this would have been tricky. I mean, when you look at this candle right here, right? So where is the entry here? We would have to get into the charts. Quite possibly that might be just a quick scalp to the top side and taking profit. I mean, that's at least probably, yeah, I mean, fuck, $400 move that fast. Ding. So yeah, very tradable. But then kind of got back down all the rest of the day. We just been hanging right here in the 68.3 Laplace. Now we're dumping back down below it. One SDs are right down here. More importantly, though, we're gonna get this is the funny ass Bitcoin index read. All right. I don't care how new of a trader you are. I mean, you look at that, something's not right. This is not how this is supposed to work, right? This candle closes here. The next candle opens over here. For some reason, the index is really screwed up. So there you go. And look how much different they are. Whoops. Damn it. Where are you? Did that baby? Hold on, guys. There it is. Nope. Okay, I am having a brain fart from way on back. What is this? This is FTX. Oh no. Yeah, FTX. Coinbase. This should be the index. And it is. And yeah, there's the messed up. So if you look at those candles, and then you switch up here to Coinbase, what the? I don't know, man. The index is given a weird read. But here we are. Yesterday, almost ran down to literally the third standard deviation on the weekly, folks. Powerful move. I mean, got within 28.79. I mean, we're talking $800. So the way Bitcoin does it, not far. So here's the second standard deviation in the 95.4 Laplace, which previously in the day we have pulled back up in between. And this is what I was explaining to people because you'll talk about the probabilities and on a macro, and then somebody will come and they'll just be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Look where the price is. You said there's a blah, 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 blah percentage. See, they don't understand. It's literally candle close, right? Not why the candle's open. These probabilities are in full effect at the candle close. So when this weekly candle closes, there's a 95.4% chance it's going to close above these areas right here. Okay. And there's a 68.3% chance it closes up above about 23.6. And if we're talking Laplace, about 25.1. So this will be interesting to see how this week plays out. Obviously, there's some scammy shit going on right now. I mean, hello, right? Everybody's being taken advantage of across the markets. They just printed money until the machine broke down. I mean, it's ridiculous what's happening right now, and the markets are just
reacting the way they would under these circumstances of this part of the story.
So when you have, because Bitcoin got a lot of institutional involvement last year, and when that happened, when the market conditions turn like they did, especially in traditional, and when that CPI print came out, what is the first asset that these corporations are going to take off a risk on? Bitcoin. 100%. They're literally going to take their risk off on Bitcoin first. And so if you get, but here's the thing, and I was talking to MJ, I'm like, but these corporations don't have as much Bitcoin as people think. The exchanges have a lot.
Yeah.
So what I'm afraid of is these exchanges, man, well, we already know they've been co-opted for sure. Probably by the US government, politicians, they know what's going on. And they don't give a shit. They're all crooks already. They just want a piece of the pie. So who knows how long this is going to go on for? But who's selling all the Bitcoin?
Well,
Because me and MJ we're in agreement where these exchanges are over leveraging themselves. They are literally, they don't have the Bitcoin they say they do, or we don't know quite what's going on or how they're doing it. I mean, MJ thinks they're creating fake Bitcoin. Who knows, man? Maybe just like look what they did. Look what happened to gold, right? I mean, holy shit! You start making paper gold. Good luck.
I mean, who's to say, even PayPal doesn't let you actually move actual Bitcoins on or off of your PayPal wallet. So who's to say that they're actually holding that actual amount and don't actually convert it behind the scenes? And when you want to move it off, you have to move it in dollars or whatever.
So whatever's going on, it's
Yeah.
devious. So you get all the institutions selling. So what are the retail traders going to do? Especially anybody that's been in crypto for a while. You obviously you've got nerves of steel. You've seen all of it. The new people coming into crypto, they're shitting their pants. They're just like, what the hell's going on? It was like you didn't know
That in 7 months. Yeah, it happens.
this was the most volatile asset ever known to man. Very volatile. So then now you got all these retail traders, some of them who literally again bought it 40, 50, 60, 70K and they're selling after they already got murdered when they bought it 20K and sold the bottom. I mean, that's where the distribution comes into play. But like I said, even though we're looking at the weekly, you guys remember this whole time I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. Look at the wicks. By candle close, these candles work their way back up into that distribution. There was a 95.4% chance that those candles would close up in there, and they did. This was the first week. Not only did we close below the all-time high projection. Let me turn off the reverse mean. Not only did we close below the longer projection from the all-time high, we closed below the recent one from the local high at 48. So let's be honest. This was a no-brainer. But here's the problem. Did I know? 100%. Am I going to talk about it on a live stream though? No, because what I don't want people trading on the shit I'm talking about on the macro. That was my bias though. I think if you go back in the videos, I said, if a weekly candle closes below this area, look out below. I might have said it once. I kind of remember saying it, but this is what happens. Bitcoin will literally take that 4.6% probability, right?
And
And it will cram it in your ass. It'll run it down. And this was the shot across the bow. That went against the probabilities of that, big time. Two different projections. So this, we had a little up move, and look at the rejection off the current projection. And then it just dumped out. So I'll go back again. By this weekly close, that's where you're looking at on the probabilities. And this is why it's so powerful when you are literally down here trading on the 5-minute chart. Very powerful, because like even just on the regular dev bands on this move we just had, guys, we just hammered the 3SD band. You're fucking out of that. You are out of that scalp. It doesn't matter if it wants to continue and start going down through these deviation levels again. That's a no-brainer to get out of the trade. The probabilities are telling you, take your profit. You just hit the 99.7%. So, boom, profit time. And I bet if you look at the volatility, the grade expanded fully with the volatility candle. Profit time. Profit time.
the correlation on the entropy and the entropy itself are both way beyond even the second standard deviation bound on the entropy on the EPP. And the correlation of it is really high and it's starting to decline. Like, definitely good. Like, ain't no shame in taking profits.
No.
And it could continue. It could sure continue, but that's not the point. The point is to take profits.
So, that's what's so powerful about the alpha volatility radar. When you move into the higher package, when you are literally when you're just using the pro account, you get the basic version. You get you just get the alpha volatility percentile. You don't get the alpha volatility radar that has everything built in, right? Like when the AVP, you got to add the Pearson correlation. That's why we give you access to that. But when you get the AVR and you start to understand it's got 3 different levels of the APP, the alpha power percentile or alpha price percentile. Sorry, we got so many indicators. My brain's fried, especially after fucking mint yesterday. I mean, I slept like 5 hours in 4 days. Just literally banning scammers from the Discord. People in the have no idea what I've been doing, the work I've been putting in behind the scenes to keep everybody safe. There's a reason why the Catalina Whale Discord has never been hacked and never will be. They met their match. And I'm talking, I wake up this morning and I go check the freaking member list, and there's 60 fake CAPTCHA bots with no roles. Right? Your legitimate CAPTCHA bot is going to have roles that'll allow it to access, what it needs to do. There was literally 60 fake CAPTCHA bots that weren't there the night before. It took me about 45 minutes to ban them all. Insanity. Because somebody's like, I just got a DM from a CAPTCHA bot that said that they're going to kick me if I don't connect my wallet. I was like, I'm glad you're smart. I am real glad you are smart, my friend. Hold on here. Man, it's hot in here. What the hell happened? All right. So yeah, but anyway, get back to what really matters. But that's why I'm just saying why my brain is fried. So when you really understand how to start using this AVR with the APP, it's powerful, man. Because that alpha volatility grade, when it peaks with the volatility percentile, it's literally telling you, if you're in a trade right now and you're not taking your profit, we just gonna smack you a little bit. Take your profit. Take your profit. Take your profit. I mean, it's all over the place. We all know. Take your profit. And then when you realize how the actual volatility, it's expanding, negatively correlated, and you can literally drop these correlation lengths back where it's pinpoint. when you're like trading the 5 minute and the 1 minute charts where bam, it's very quick. It's going to give you direction immediately. Immediately. But the best damn indicator is the variance, right? We love trading variance outliers. Look at the 5 minute chart today. Are you absolutely shitting me? Somebody was complaining about the market. I was like, hey man, let's change the culture right now. Let's talk about these are the times when fortunes are made, right?
For sure.
And you're complaining. Dude, you gotta start thinking right. This is they put so much fear into people in the markets, you don't even realize this is a hell of a buying opportunity. Could it go lower? Yes, it sure could. But I'm telling you, man, when this thing hits a bottom, it's gonna it's gonna rocket ship. It always does. It V bottoms and it is history. So when's that gonna be? Nobody ever knows, right? This is why we trade low time frame volatility. Anybody that's out there on YouTube making macro projections, just get off their subscription list because they don't know what they're talking about. I tell people, don't even if I'm talking about the macro, it's fun. That's why we're doing it. We're having fun. We want to see how bad Bitcoin can do this to us. Where are you? All right. We want to see how bad Bitcoin can just take the devil's big red dinghy and just ram it in you. It's like you can talk about macro all the time. And I did. My bias was to the top side on the macro. Bitcoin slapped me with the red dilly.
Which is why we don't trade higher time frames.
Why? This is where there's a reason why these high frequency trading firms are making a lot of money. They're trading. These moves are incredible down here. How though? You can't scalp crypto using traditional TA. If you can, I want to see it live. I want to see you work. Because in our opinion, it's not possible. It's not possible. Sure, you can go down there and get a P&L like 30, 40% maybe, if you're lucky. I'm talking about 80 or 90%. That's what I'm talking about. There's no reason when you understand how to trade volatility, entropy, probability, and statistic, the old VEPs.
Yeah.
Your whole outlook on these markets will change. You will be down here on these low time frames going crazy. And I've done this a million times. It's like, where am I in the 5 minute? Let me turn off the UPM so we get a good boom. Now I can freaking pop this up. And when you learn how to read this indicator, let's see.
Yeah, IMAR's traditional TA is totally gambling, dude. It's insane what people do with that stuff. Oh,
I'm gonna
draw this line here. My subjective pixel will be correct. Based on what math? No math, just my subjective pixel. Oh my God. My moving average, which tells me price action over the past and nothing about the future. That'll be the thing that'll tell me when to make a move. What?
Yash is on a late night traditional TA bong rant.
Yeah, dude, like stochastics. Ooh, I'm going to use stochastic indicators to look at what? The stochastic of a digital asset that's moving up and down. And you're going to tell me it's going to move up and down based on your stochastic indicator, which is a lagging indicator based on price? Are you kidding me? Or RSI. Oh yeah. The strength of a digital asset, pixel moving across the screen. What strength? Is it going to the gym? Is it lifting weights? I ain't seen Bitcoin lift 1 gram. Strength of an asset. You got to be kidding me. RSI. What a joke. And there's these fools on there. They're moving massive amounts of money by suckering retail traders. And they just scam people with this nonsense. And you even see it on, authoritative outlets and channels and everything else. And they're all just lying through their teeth. Maybe because they don't know any better, but they're still lying. They're telling people a falsehood that you can trade using garbage TA instead of learning how to trade like the high frequency trading firms that control the markets. Why would you not want to trade like them? Anyway.
Yeah, this is early in the morning, man. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning, right in there somewhere. Yeah, four. I mean, I'm at 5 o'clock. About 6 o'clock, I'm making coffee. If I'm in it having breakfast, 8:30, I'm glued to the fucking computer. I'm looking at pre-market traditional markets. But when you understand the variance, it's like that's why I just popped. I didn't even look at price action. I don't need to. I can, this is what people don't understand. When you freaking trade using these indicators, you guys just turn it off. You don't even need it. You don't need freaking to even look at price action. All our indicators are built on the returns, right? So this is where people get confused. They don't understand that price action follows returns. And when you're having variance outliers, I could scalp this without even looking. Now, I need to take profit, right? So I could literally just take profit when the outlier is over. Take profit when the outlier is over. Take profit when the outlier is over. Boom, boom, boom. But if I'm using the variance along with the VRE, I know the levels. I know exactly where to take profits. That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
But I
That's
turned the
so
price
powerful.
back on. That's why I colored the outliers. The green outliers, top side, red outliers, downside. When you correlate variance to price action, it gives you direction.
Yep.
And then same with volatility. And you guys would be shocked that some of the biggest players in options don't understand this stuff.
Yeah, at all.
They'll call you a quack.
Yeah.
They'll be like,
They'll talk about implied volatility or whatever. They'll talk about volatility without understanding that it's correlation. It tells you the direction. And they're just like, oh, you can't tell. You can never know what the direction is going to be. It's always going to be whatever it's going to be. No, you can tell exactly what it's going to be.
yep.
And it's
They'll
incredible that people don't.
volatility like it's the only thing that needs to be discussed.
Yeah.
When we literally create the alpha volatility grade is historical volatility and implied volatility built into one indicator. And when that historical volatility and implied volatility expands all the way with volatility percentile, this is what happens. It lets you know, okay, volatility has fully expanded. Take your profit, the move's over. Could you continue a move to the downside with contracting volatility, positively correlated? Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. So it's once you learn how to read this stuff, it's powerful. It's powerful. Didn't I change this? Oh, I never saved it though. I put it on let me fix this up again.
Yeah, the tools that are in the trading system are just, I mean, insanely good. Insanely good.
Yeah. Let me put this
VRE, like VRE for targeting. What an incredible chart for targeting. I mean, phenomenal. And then you use something like the projection boss.
oh, yeah.
And you can even use something like RWT if you want to ride a particular line or whatever. But
Yep.
I mean, it's phenomenal with the entropy indicators. You get directional entropic indicators. And built specifically for trading that tell you randomness and trending walks right there in the thing. Easier to look at than trying to combine multiple entropy and random walk trending indicators into one. We built it all in, our guys built it in one thing that you can just look at and know. It's just phenomenal. Yeah, it's really cool. But like the key is to learn how to use them. Yeah, like if you have access to these things and you're not sure about anything, ask questions.
I'm laughing
This is
at
not.
the
This is not stuff that just comes to anyone.
Did you is that your saying? Did you come up with that yourself? Because that's funny shit. I love it.
With that,
You didn't see what he posted in the stream chat?
oh,
He said, I
but
ain't seen Bitcoin move 1 gram. It can move
I,
a
I,
Coke though.
yeah, I said the first part. I think he added the second part, so he gets points for funny, funnier.
Oh, I mean, did you say that? I didn't even know. Oh my God, I just saw the picture. Really? Did you just put me as the Mona Lisa?
Oh, well, I made your whale into the Mona Whale. One of your whales.
Hold on. Hold on. Did you ever do anything with the band?
I did.
Oh, did you now?
I
Dude,
did. Well, I did. I just made that trailer. You saw that trailer, no?
huh,
You
huh.
saw that trailer.
The whale, what did you call the Mona Whale?
Mona Whale. I can't post it in the CWM, but I posted it here.
I gotta hold on. I'll be right back. Let me go throw this in the main chat. I'm gonna put this in the big file chat real
I
quick.
didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're good.
Uh, anyway, folks, as you can see on the charts here. No, but seriously, look at those outliers. I mean, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy. It's been fun volatility trading this range, and I'm like super busy offline. And every time I jump online here, I'm like, there's another opportunity on the VRE. It's just screaming at you. You know, the 15-minute or on the 5, or not on the 1 even. The 1 minute's been awesome, awesome trades I've been getting today in morning my time, especially because it was doing that whole bounce thing and then shot back down and bounced again and shot back down and bounced again. It just all day. And I couldn't be at my desk all day, but every time I came here, it was like, oh, there's another opportunity happening. Boom. And if you look at the time, it just happened to be conveniently around, not always, but like starting around the second 4 hour period of the day, even to the first 4 hour period, like the beginning of the 4 hour periods, you could see there's a lot of interesting action happening just by whatever coincidence you want to call it. But those bots certainly like to trade stuff around those periods because they know a lot of retail traders are looking at those periods. It's not a coincidence. You see a lot of action around there. And
Yeah.
look where they happen to hit at those 4 hour periods at the start of the day, right there at a level at the next 4 hour period, at another level after they've dropped and bounced. Next 4 hour period, right at another level above, and they go back down and back up. I mean, every 4 hour period, they're at a different, really good TP area and set up for the next move area.
Yeah.
So it's just fascinating how this stuff moves. And if you use the probabilities, you can really get a count, like a head count of how this works over time. Anyway, man.
Yeah, you can see right here. Bro, literally. You can take our projection boss. Wait a minute. That probably would have been it right there at 8 without looking, because I think that's when the outliers started. Yeah. Okay. So when you got a projection boss, right? This is a Laplace distribution, or Jesus, IMARS. So when that move starts, you get that big 5 minute candle, man, you're outside the Laplace distribution right there. This is a no-brainer. Take the profit. Just get out. If that thing's hammering down, this is why when I try to tell people, because people want to see how I trade, want to know how more than just see it. And I'm like, everybody's going to trade different. And I'm just going to tell you right now that I don't want to confuse you, because when I'm trading, I'm on these low time frames, shit is firing on all cylinders. There's no like lag in anything. It's like I've got all five of my screens are fired up. I'm probably trading a couple assets depending on what's correlated with Bitcoin. And so I've got a couple exchanges on the exchange up on two screens, and then I'll have my three charts up on three monitors. So I'm not changing tabs. I'm not doing it. Everything is right there in front of me, and it's firing on all cylinders. And so when I get my limit order filled into this position and I see this volatile move start to happen, because I know immediately, because right when this is starting hammering, this volatility is hammered already. It's probably cruising up towards 100% before you're even outside the 95 for Laplace. So right then, and I'm seeing the full expansion, I'll put a limit order in real fast, right down here at the bottom side of the Laplace distribution, if I'm not doing it at the 95.4. But that looked like a pretty powerful move, especially when you're talking about, look at the entropy trending like crazy. So I'm putting a take profit limit buy if I'm shorting either at the 95.4 Laplace or the 99.7 Laplace. Maybe I'm taking half there, right? And if it does blow through, you can ride the other half to the 99.7. But either way, like Yasha said, there's nothing wrong with taking profit and taking massive profits. So if you're talking when that move started, say I'm in right at 22 and you get out right at the 95.4. I mean, it $150 scalp all day long. You're trading with 5 Bitcoins and you're on the 5-minute chart trading like during a 10-hour intraday trading session. And then we can go back over here on the 5-minute and you look at all the outliers during like a 10-hour period. Yeah, man, there's like 15 trades. And if you're taking $100 chunks, trading with five freaking Bitcoins, $500 profit on each trade, 15 trades. And then people, when I show up to the golf course and people are like, what the fuck is so good that you smile like that?
Volatility.
Holy new, man.
Dude, what's
Like-
hilarious is you hear these.
The Wild West.
Yeah, I heard. Who was it? I heard one of these YouTube Jimmies, and someone was one of these talking heads on some channel recently was talking about. Yeah, there's going to be, get ready, people. In the coming days, we're going to see some volatility on Bitcoin. I'm like, do you understand? There's always volatility, and that's literally how it moves. Like, it's hilarious, the nonsense. Look at this. I mean, just look at this action and look at these. You don't have to be greedy with these moves at all to nail really big profits, like Bilbo's saying. You don't have to be greedy.
There was the previous outlier.
Yeah.
Again, ding, ding.
Yeah,
Then you go.
you just don't have to be greedy. By the way, even if you don't have 5 Bitcoin, right? Even if you have a Bitcoin, right? It's $150. You do that all day. Do
All
10 of
day.
those trades in a day. You made $1,500. Do that 30 times in a day, or and after a couple weeks, you're not just with one Bitcoin anymore. You're with one plus, right? And then
What people don't understand. They're like, oh my God, the market's so choppy. But do you know why? Do you know why it's choppy? Because you get those quick down moves, it's not sustainable. You're going to get some sideways action. You're going to move back up into the distribution. And then you get another outlier, start a new freaking projection. People wonder why this chop happens. Because if you throw a projection on these outlier moves, man, they're all hammering down to some of them through the 99.7, right? This one right here, easily taking profit. I mean, it's just one after another to the top side too. So people don't understand. Like this top side move right here. I mean, that went through the 99.7 probably, right? And then rejection right back down to where? Probably the top side of the 68.3. Let's have fun. Let's see.
there's so much profit to be had in these lower time frames. Like, why try to swing trade something like this? You're just losing money. Even if you win your trade, you're still losing money on the lost opportunities of occurrence.
Yeah, it's hard to swing trade. You can't swing trade.
No, but
Really?
people who do, but even if somebody wins a swing trade, they've lost 20 trades along the way that they could have made.
So this is just the 5-minute. You get up to the 95.4. So on the projection, there's a 95.4% chance this data set's not going to go above there. That's why it's a great profit taking area. But at the same time, the returns are going to mean revert. But they closed above the top side of the 68.3. And do you like that? I mean, I even said it right before I even ran the projection. I was like, I bet that ran down and tested the top side of the 68.3. It's like once you use these for a long time, I can look at price action and just visualize a fucking distribution. It's crazy.
I see distribution models.
So you take this to a higher level, and people are like, "Oh my God!" But we were recovering.
Yeah, recovering.
Here, watch this. Yeah, we did recover. But what happened? Why did the move get stifled? Because the distribution dictated, the probabilities dictated that look, 95.4% move, bam, rejection. And if you stick with that projection, look at the wick. I mean, you can't make this shit up.
Yeah.
People don't understand how powerful the distribution is. Look where we're at right now. If you start the projection from that literal 2-week move we had back up to the top side, all right, there was a 95.4% chance this candle would not close outside here, and it didn't. Then next week, what happens? You get a 68.3 Laplace, big freaking doji, indecision, the volatility. You know, people like this is what people don't understand. It's like somewhere down the line, somebody was like, hey, do you know that people are creating these candles? It's like, I'm losing my shit. It's like, look, volatility creates the candles. So this is literally telling you, hey, man, there's some volatility indecision going on. When this new week's getting ready to pop, pay attention to the low time frames. And you would have been able to get in this move. And then over all this time, all these weeks, just this week, this wicks right down. If I would have been looking at this, I would have been like, holy shit. The current candle weekly 95.4 and second standard deviation are right above it. Let's see if this wicks down and bounces off of the actual projection. Wham. Suck back up. Now, you know, you could use this projection. I definitely like starting them though on the beginning of down moves. But that's the thing. We have this candle right here. You can start one here now, right? And that's on, let's see, it's just 2. There you are. All right.
It'd be nice to have those in a triple. But yeah.
So look at this. So if you're on the projection from last week, the 99.7 Laplace and the 99.7 Laplace from the projection are right together. I'm telling you right now, if we get a dump the rest of this week, this thing is going to pounce. We're going to get a nice rebound right above 18 somewhere. Could we get a wick below? Sure. But I'm telling you, man, when you get down to these levels on these, especially on a fresh projection, you're going to get a bounce. You're going to come back up. You're either going to go sideways until you're back up into the 95.4, or you're going to immediately next week, you're going to pull back up inside. If you don't just get a wick down here this week and it sucks right back up inside the 95.4. So.